Let's come in hot. The UAP are aliens. They're from other planets in the galaxy and they're here to visit. Skipping past the boring questions of what are they and has the government been covering them up, because yeah, they're aliens and duh, it's a cover-up, we'll get to three more interesting questions. One, why are they kind of careful? Why are they sometimes visible, sometimes noticeable, sometimes even sort of curious about the ships with which they're interacting, but in general, not flying over large populated areas frequently? Why would they be semi-careful? The answer is that they semi-care about not bothering us. They're semi-concerned that we might attack them, and they're semi-concerned that it would just throw us off if they were very visibly apparent. So our normal everyday operations would cease to be normal, and we would do very weird stuff as a result. That relates to the third question, which we'll loop back around to, and that's what are they doing here? But the second question is, where do they sleep at night? Do they have bases? Yes, they do, and some of those bases are underwater, like in the trench off the southwest of California where two tectonic plates meet and cause an outsized magnetic field. Some of them are deep in mountains and little hidey holes that they've carved out, but most of them are in space. It's pretty easy for these UAP to just float up to the atmosphere and zip off into spacey locations that are nearby, convenient, easy to hide in, and can't be accessed by humans in the 2020s. You can see why that would be appealing. Third, what are they doing, right? This one breaks down into three fun categories. One, some of them are military scouts. They're here to check out what humans can do and make sure that they, the aliens, have that well under control and well understood. You may have heard some stuff about jamming signals from F-16s or turning on and then shutting down nuclear warheads. The UAP have been doing that to humans for kind of a long time, basically ever since you started developing nuclear weapons. And a little bit before that, they were scoping you out. But ever since you started going nuclear, they started getting very interested in whether they could control your technology, just to be sure. They're not threatened, but they want to make absolutely certain that they could take you in a fight. And they could, unfortunately, for humans. But you've got lots to look forward to in terms of your technological development over the next 100 years. And by the time you get into the 2120s, it's a bit more of a fair fight, except it's more like a friendship, because they're not super antagonistic, which is great news. The second thing they're here to do is observe scientifically. So they want to see what pre-advanced technological society was like in this humany Earth situation, and they do this on lots of planets, in lots of places, just watching civilizations emerge, maybe kind of interfering here and there, but for the most part they're just taking notes, watching what happens, collecting comparisons to their own history, trying to analyze any differences or similarities that might be fundamental to life. And third, some of them are just straight up looky-loos. They are tourists, alien tourists on like cruise safaris. So they're in some of these big red cubes or aircraft carrier size things floating over Earth, observing the wild fauna and flora that we are gradually destroying. And of course, observing us and what we do. For them, this might be kind of a leisure class activity. It's not blue collar work, it's a bit of fun, so they may be sipping some alien bubbly while they're drifting over Tokyo, commenting on the nifty light patterns and wondering how quickly they could blow it up. Good news for everyone involved, this is by and large a happy, healthy relationship, and as you open the doors to your alien brothers and sisters in the next 100 years, you'll find a lot more companionship and a lot more similarity than you might previously have expected or worried might be present. But it will also rock the foundations of human understanding of their place in the universe. And it's a bit embarrassing because we didn't find them, they found us. So humanity has to kind of get over a herky jerk of that. But eventually they do, and they will, because we all get over everything, always, given even a little bit of time. We'd love to hear any questions you might have about the aliens, UAP, whatever you want to call them. You can move at your own speed. And if you're digging this and you want to see more, find our Patreon page. It's the same name as this thing. And give us $1 a month. It would really help us keep doing this. Yeah, okay, future up. Bye.